Alright, so this is going to just be a quick update on the app and what I've been doing for the past 2 days. As you can see from the gap in commit history, I did take about a 2 week break from working on it, but I'm back. I worked on it yesterday as well as today, and that's kind of what I will be recapping. So yesterday was mainly just fixing the API routes as well as extending the API routes to songs. But previously it was just about artists. But it was a lot of copy and pasting realistically, but I did test all of them, so they are working. And I've also got a cool little function that's going to check to see which interactions the user already has, because this is going to be kind of another big hurdle that I'm working towards, is getting the app aware of which interactions the user has already in the database. And then I also began abstracting my colors and my palettes away from Sass and into a JS file, because I think that's a really smart way to do it, and it's also going to be a really cool way to make it really dynamic. And I'll show you guys this kind of first update here, and then we'll talk about what I did today. But really what I did today was more front end UX. It was just getting some layouts onto the app, and then we'll polish it up over the next coming days. So let's go and look at the front end, and then we'll hop into the code. So this is what the artist page is going to be looking like. Right now, this is all pulling in from the album's context, or the artist context rather. So it is working correctly. However, that artist context is currently hard coded. It's not pulling from the API, so I just need to make it pull from the API. And then the idea I have is that the three on top are going to be the top three artists in the database maybe, and they'll have their own kind of bigger card, and then the rest of them will be kind of on this thing. And the reason these images are in here is just because I haven't linked them yet. So let me show you how that's working behind the scenes. Really and truly, I'm just getting this artist array from the context, like I said, and then I'm just taking the first three elements off the array, because ideally it's going to be already sorted. But right now I'm just trying to get a layout so that way when I come back over it, I can polish it up. And it's an iterative process. I'm not going to get it all done at once. All right. So if I go ahead and took these out, you can see that I kind of have this horizontal scroll wheel type deal going on. And I think this is pretty cool. However, I don't know if this is the best implementation, just because it's like, I don't know if I like horizontal scrolling, because then I'm going to be relying on the user to scroll. But I think it looks pretty cool like this, honestly. But yeah, so let's uncomment those guys out. Alright, and then I also started on this explore page. Right now it's just showing Dua Lipa. And I want this to be like a kind of a landing page, like a greeting page, like so this is gonna be a static page. This will be the landing. I don't really know what I'm gonna put in there right now, but I do know I want images of my artists and things like that. Same likewise for register and login. What I have now is just, it's gonna be pulling a random image from the context and just displaying it. Now this is the rough version. I obviously need to make this take up more space. Also, I'm not sure if this is final, but this is kind of what I want. I don't want it to just be the plain register. I want it to have an image here, and then like I said, it's pulling in a random one each time. So that's pretty cool. Same thing with the login. And right now I have the login as a square, and this is the circle. I just don't know which one I like more yet. But yeah, so it's same things. So yeah, so that's just kind of like some front end UX stuff. Now as far as this edit state, what I want is for the app to be aware of which interactions the user already has. So if they already have a review, I want this to say edit review, edit rating, so on and so forth. These don't work. These are just here for now. So yeah, so that's what I did mostly today. So let's get into those API routes. Let's open up Postman. So this is going to be the main thing for this. To check the edit state, it's basically going to say for album ID 2, does that logged in user, what stuff do they have in the database for that particular album? So do you have a review? If so, go ahead and go get me that review. What's the rating you have in the database for the album? Is it favorited? Do you have a like? So now if I went to album 1, should be slightly different. Yeah, so we do have a review, but we don't have a rating, we don't have a favorite, we don't have a like. So if that modal can make this request and get this back, we can pop that in the edit state, and that way these will be edit accordingly. And also if it's a like or a favorite, these guys will be filled instead of being outlined. So let's hop into where that is in the code. Let's close these guys. Right. Let's try to find that really quickly. All right, here we go. So I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it, just because I feel like it's slow and it just doesn't look like the cleanest way to do it, but this is how it's working right now. So we create an empty edit state object, and that's the same exact thing we're seeing over here. So we create an empty edit state object, and simply we're just gonna go ask the database, hey, does this person have a review in the database with this particular album ID? If so, store it in this review variable, right? And also, if there is something in the review, then go ahead and set the review to that review in the database. If there isn't, then just leave it as null. And it's pretty much that exact same thing for this rating, as well as favorite, as well as like. So that's how this is working in the code. So it's just basically doing a couple different requests, and as we can see for this one, no review, no rating, no favorite, no like, so no interactions at all. But as we can see, it's coming back, if we do have a review for that one. So that's pretty cool, I think. And then I also have that same thing if they have a song interaction. So like, what's the rating on the song? Have you liked it? Have you favorited it? I also worked on a bunch more API routes yesterday, but those don't really need to get talked about. So this is just get all songs by genre. So if the genre is rap or if it's pop here. So yeah, so this will kind of be how I'm going to filter the genre, right? So genre rap, genre pop. This gets me, let's say for this song, it's going to show me how many likes it has in the database and who's liked it. So I think that's pretty cool. Same likewise for favorites, how many favorites our particular song has and who's liked it. Same thing for these albums, how many likes or favorites an album has and which user has liked them. So that I could do a lot of different funky things with this, but I don't think I'm going to. But I think it's good to have a fully fleshed out API as well as a lot of test here. As you can see, I've got a ton of tests. So yeah, what else? Also, one last cool thing, which is not really hard, but it's pretty cool. So like I talked about, I abstracted a lot of the colors. I tried to find where all of the colors were. So even though the app looks the exact same, let me see if I can't find an example. Even though the app looks the exact same, I have everything set up for these modules. So this is just saying colors.primary. So why would I do this and not just leave it as a hard-coded hex value? Okay, because, and I think this is super cool, so this is our blue color, right? Chinese porcelain. It's blue. That's kind of the form here is blue. The nav bar is blue right now. I try to make it a style component, but you'll probably see it change dynamically in the next video. But as you can see, all these things are from that primary color, right? All that blue is the same blue for the entire app. Up here for all these buttons, this outline, etc., etc. So with the click of, or the change of one thing rather, right? So I'm just gonna quickly swap out. I'm just gonna quickly swap that blue to this purple, and then what we'll see is something super cool, right? Or green rather. You'll see the whole app change color. So anywhere where that color's our primary was, it's gonna change to this green color. And I know this is really simple, but I think it's pretty cool because you can see blue here, the blue button, right? The blue outline, blue button, green button, green highlight, green outline. All this stuff is suddenly green. Now this will be green probably in the next video. Same thing over here. It's that green, you know. I think that's super dope. So let's change that back, and then let's just, whoops. Let's just change it to purple. See what the purple looks like, So here's that purplish color that I have. And the whole thing changes dynamically. So eventually, once I get to the polishing part of this, I'll make a kind of a way for you to change the color, I guess. Maybe even save that to the user profile, but that seems like a bit more work. But it should be really easy to actually change the color of our entire UI. And then obviously at some point I'll do, since I think most of these colors are pretty agnostic to light mode, dark mode, I can also implement that light mode, dark mode over here, as well as changing the color of the entire of our entire app. So that's what I've been working on: some colors, some layouts, and some API stuff. Next up, really and truly, some of the things I need to do. I still need to get this edit state working, but for that I need to fully connect the two apps, and they're only kind of connected right now, but they need to fully fuse, as well as the context needs to be pulling. The context essentially is just going to be this all albums route, right? It's just going to hit this endpoint. So it's going to be really simple. It's just going to hit this endpoint and then spit back this data, and then the UI is going to build this up. So we're getting there. As far as functionality goes, we're getting there, but there is a lot of polish that I still want to get done. Yeah, so also I still just have some issues and bugs and kinks I need to work out. Like I got some reducer errors, some auth errors. Also need to break down my database at some point, but that's neither here nor there. So yes, that's basically it. I'm gonna do some more work on the front end of things, but we are getting there. And then the last thing I'll show. Last thing is that these numbers are going to be, I don't know, I want some way to display more info about the artist, like the total amount of likes they have compared throughout the whole database, album likes, song likes, yada yada yada. Maybe that will be represented in the score. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if I want to have like a modal for the artists like I had for the albums, or I want to have their own page, or if I just want to leave it like this. So those are some things I'm going to need to think about in the coming future. But that has been the update for the past 2 days. We're getting there. I'd say I'm about 70% done now. So see you till next time.